English is one of my favorite language. It's not because English is spoken internationally. We the Indians have been ruled 200 odd years by the Britishers. It's not like that. The thing is, English is a very rich and well connected communicate language throughout the world. But the aura of English language has been nurtured and developed under many and many. One of such poet was William Wordsworth, one of my favorite. I came across Wordsworth poetry when I was a student of class 8. And in our school at that point of time, there are a lot of good English teachers out there. So one of my favorite English teacher, who happens to be my neighbor in my locality, Sir Shamur Datto. So I really admire him for two different things. He was very rude, tough and hard taskmaster. At the same time, he was one of the most affectionate, beloved and kind person to the students. Completely different to approach different polarity in the same personality that made him unique. If anything, going against the discipline, he is a tough nut to crack. And if you have done something great, Sir is always beside you. So this is my tribute to my Guru, Shamur Datto, under whom I learned the English. So if anything, any mistake is there, that's purely my fault. And if you like it, it's just my homage to my Guru. So this solitary reaper, it was part of our text, part of our poetry syllabus in 11 and 12. And since then, it really touched our heart. So this is for you. And today is Durga Puja Shashti. And unfortunately, one of these puja days, a decade ago, we lost him. So especially today I am remembering him. So sir, wherever you are, please accept my pranam. The Solitary Reaper by William Wordsworth. Behold her, single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain, and sings a melancholy strain. Oh listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to the weary band's troublers. In some shoddy hunt among the Arabian sands, a voice so thrilling never was heard in springtime from cuckoo birds, breaking the silence of the seas among the farthest Hebrides. Will no one tell me when she sings? Perhaps the plenty numbers flow for old unhappy far off things, and petals away ago. Or is it some more humble lay, familiar matter of today? Some nocturnal sorrow, lace or pain that has been and maybe again, where the theme the maiden sang As if her song could have no ending, I saw her singing in her world, and all the shickle blending, I listened, motionless and still. And then, as I mounted up the hill, the music in my heart I bore, long after it was heard no more. So it was one of the beautiful poetry of the Victorian and the poet of the court of the British Emperor. So what attracted us, that this story connects with the Scottish Highland to the very our own Bengal's paddy field during the winter harvest. The similar kind of scenes we came across, perhaps even today when you pass by. So the Solitary Reaper is somehow a poetry connecting Bengal with the British and British with the Bengal. So those who are interested in English literature, poetry, and developing a skill in their English language, I must say they must try the English poetry. At first you will not like it, and not at all. Especially if you are from a Bengali medium or Hindi medium or your own native mother language, you will not like it. The reason being, we are not naturally inclined to learn the foreign languages. But the beauty of India and Indian languages are, if you know your mother language, mother tongue very well, you are one of the finest candidates to learn any foreign language. You know, Sanskrit is one of the pioneer language, ancient language, based on which many Indo-Saracenic and Indian languages has been developed. So what happens, all the structure, the language, the theme, the inner beauty of that language, you will grasp very easily. So art and communication, which has been expressed in the Solitary Reaper theme, is a poem about music, a song. A Scottish girl sings as she cuts, and with a shickle, you know that instrument we used to use in our India, जिसे हम लोग कास्ते बोलते हैं, जिसे हम लोग आरी बोलते हैं. So like that, the shickle is the weapon or the tool she was using. So the poem narrators cannot understand what the girl is actually singing about, because the Scottish vernacular, the Scottish dialect was little bit different than the English spoken in the court of the Victorian English at that point of time. And Wordsworth, the poet, he was not very much familiar with the Scottish dialect at that point of time. So, but he can feel the girl's song sticks with him because the melancholy beauty, the echoing in his head long after the sounds were no more. In this connection, you might have heard of the P.B. Shelley's famous line, "Our sweetest songs are those of plenty numbers." So here you can add the quote, quoting famous another British poet, P.B. Shelley, and that is, "Our sweetest songs are those of plenty numbers." That means the sorrow, agony, tell of the pain through the song touches your heart. Those songs, even in the Bollywood or any Hindi or any your movies in Bengali or any other language, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Punjabi, Marathi, whatever, Assamese, you might have noticed in your mother tongue the songs which are sad songs, that touches our heart easily. So here Wordsworth is saying the same thing, that their melancholy is really appealing to all the audience and the listeners who were present at that point of time. The poet was so deeply moved, he wrote this beautiful poem. The speaker focuses on the transfixing power of the reaper's mysterious song. It describes her song in elegant and slightly hyperbolic terms. It fills the valley with sound, and she sings as if her song could have no ending. It's not a literally thing, but it's a expression of emotions. When you deeply touched by any emotion and you feel it will never going to end. So it's like something like that. So whoever are interested in English language, start reading the poetries. Solitary Reaper, Wordsworth, many other poetries are there. I will come up with one of another different kind of write-ups from the other poets, authors and things. So you also can suggest what you want to listen. In present day's world, we are losing the beauty of learning at schools. Our schools has become a mechanical junction box just for bypassing and passing the desired and not so desired informations. We are becoming a dumb bank of information without any emotions. So that is very, very dangerous. So what I would request all the students, regain your life, regain your childhood, regain your student life and enjoy the study. The moment you start enjoying something, that will become paramount in your life. So I have tried to pass on the information about the English. And remember one thing, communication is the power. If you are able to communicate with a large section of masses, people, you are able to touch their life. You are able to reciprocate, and you will be talked after, sought after, wherever you go. So, today we are ending our this poetry summarization here, and I will feel that people will go through and learn this mesmerizing poetry in totality, and we'll have another discussion much more deeper with all the aspects. Who is Wordsworth, and what was the beauty of his romanticism around the language, time and different aspects of the then Renaissance of Britain. So British classical literatures are a treasure hunt. You can find the contemporary Indian literary works as well. Try to compare them. That's how your knowledge, your strengths will go up, and you will have a wider spectrum of people along with you. Thank you. Good night. Shabba Khair. Suman Munshi signing off from Kolkata, West Bengal, India. Bye bye.